Yo, what's good, ghouls and ghoulettes? It's your boy DEADMANVINCE back with another JJK Phantom Parade video. Today, I'm actually going to be showing you guys a little trick that I talked about in my account showcase video, which should be uploading in the next few minutes here, actually. So, pretty meta. But basically, during my account showcase video, I was explaining the fact that I do enter domain investigation every day, but I don't do domain investigation every single day. Or I do, but in a weird way. So basically, guys, when you go to domain investigation, which you usually want to do it every single day, because if you look at your missions, one of your daily missions is literally to challenge domain investigation for the day, but you don't necessarily have to do that. All you're missing out on is 20 domain investigation medals if you don't do that. But the amount of domain investigation medals that you get from double drops whenever the domain investigation, literally it's on double drops, you know, I feel like that combats how many medals you're missing out on. And they bring the double drops frequently enough that I feel like you can get benefits off of it. Even if you're only farming, even if you only get to farm it like once in the day or something like that, it's still a very big jump from what you usually get when you go into domain investigation like I do. So what I do is I go into domain investigation, I start it, and then I just leave it sitting there for the day. Why do I leave it sitting there for the day? Because I opened this yesterday when there was no time 2's drops at all, but now that there's time 2's drops today, since I haven't touched this mission at all, it's already registering that it's time 2's drops, and I can just cheese the time 2's drop on this run as well. So my charges have reset today, and we're not able to see it yet because this is where my domain investigation is right now. But I do have 4 runs today, including this one. So we're going to do this run, but the main reason why I wanted to do this video was kind of just to show you guys literally how much stuff I'm getting from this as I'm getting it. So before we go into the domain investigation, the main things that we're going to be looking at are 1, phantom medals, and 2, domain investigation medals themselves. The phantom medals may not be that impressive just because you get a really small amount of them anyway when you do domain investigation, but all the more reason to wait until you can double up how many you're getting since you're getting such a small amount. I think the last time I did domain investigation, I got like 3 medals to drop in like a room, and like I was just like, wow, even double, that's only 6. But honestly, pennies add to dollars and dollars add to thousands or whatever, dude. So it's just like the double always helps no matter how slow it feels like it's going. And guys, just so you know, you need 1500 to pick up one of these free-to-play characters. And honestly, before they announced Dagon, because I feel like during the Shibuya incident in the JP version, I feel like they're going to be announcing Dagon pretty soon here during the month, if not like next month, you know, at the latest, right? So I want to just go ahead and get my hands on this second Mahito, go ahead and get him in the workings so that he's already 2-star and everything. I'm not worried about it, and I will honestly be willing to wait on Hanami and Jogo if Dagon is actually cracked. Dagon should be realistically the best one out of all of them, just because Hanami and Jogo are here from the start, so they have obviously going to have a very, very basic kit. Mahito is the newest one past that, so Mahito has a more developed kit, and it is a good kit. You know what I'm saying? The instant death touch, the type advantage against everything, like it just makes sense. It's a very intuitive Mahito unit. So Dagon was actually pretty OP whenever he finally like transformed and turned into his true form and did his domain in the show and everything. So I feel like Dagon might be insane, and all these guys have domains, but Mahito's is probably the best. So if Dagon's domain can surpass Mahito's, that would be really crazy. But I will go ahead and say, like, keep track. We only have 658 phantom medals at the beginning of this, and we only have 450 domain investigation medals at the start of this. So let me write that down somewhere, and we're honestly just going to go ahead and jump over to domain investigation, and we're going to go ahead and just kind of like track how many we gain from doing it on ×2, 4 times back to back. And also we're going to be looking at this too, because domain investigation actually can just straight up drop SSR chaotic Jujutsu crystals, or it drops the shards for the crystals, and typically you get 2 crystals if they drop, which means you would need the crystals to drop 5 times amongst all the runs you're doing. But with double drops, you get 4 crystals when they drop. And I've literally had 2 of these come into my presence while because of double drops. So guys, understand, double drops is literally insanity. But we're gonna go ahead and move over to the domain investigation. I'll tell you my team that I like to use typically. And then yeah, we'll just go through the first one and just show why I like to use the team that I use. And then afterwards, we're just gonna skip through the rest of them, I guess, or fast forward through the rest of them, and then we can look at how many things that we got. Here we are in the domain investigation, and also I forgot to mention, you also get double drops on these too, which I don't even think about these because look at that, I have 2,000 of these, and honestly, you never really run out of those. If you do domain investigation, you never really run out of those, so those don't really matter to me. But these do definitely matter. Are there any more rewards? No, these are the only 2 rewards you can get on this stage. We're going to look at the rewards on the second stage as well because the rewards are a little bit different every other stage. This stage drops like a bronze box or something like that. That's why the rewards are so basic. The next stage, so all of the even number stages drop like a silver box. All of the odd number stages drop a bronze box, besides the final stage, which just drops a golden box. So it's an even split. 2 bronze, 2 silver, 1 gold. But I digress. Let's take a look. So, the team that I typically use in Domain Investigation is literally just Yaga and Nanami for the buffing to make Yuta a one-hit wonder, and then we have Mechamaru and Gojo. And I actually, if you guys look in my account showcase, you will notice that Mechamaru is not even a favorited character anymore. He is a good character and he's done a lot for me in the start, but now that I have certain green DP, now that I have Hollow Purple Gojo, it's kind of like, well, it doesn't matter. And honestly, I only still use Mechamaru here, just kind of give him some purpose, because if Yuta's AoE does not kill everybody, Mechamaru's AoE typically kills everybody afterwards, and sometimes Mechamaru's AoE doesn't even kill everybody afterwards. So sometimes he is still a little mid of a choice to put in there, but typically around the 3rd fight, I go ahead and just switch in Hollow Purple Gojo and start building his ultimate, and then I can just one-shot the last room, because Mechamaru does not have the capability to one-shot the last room. I'm sorry, Mechamaru model ultimate? I think so. I think that is what this Mechamaru is. Mechamaru, Ultimate Mechamaru, Mode Albatross. Okay, the new one is not. I thought the new one was Albatross. This one is Albatross. But besides the point, we're going to go ahead and jump in and just get to working. The page setup is literally, I don't even use anything to boost like ultimate gauge, fill rate or anything, because most of the time the rooms are 1 turn. Basically, Yaga and Nanami are going to be building up their ultimate because they're going to buff every turn. Yuta typically is 1-hit killing, so the only reason why Gojo can even get his ultimate is because he just debuffs before Yuta hits. So that's kind of how we work it, but let's go in and talk about it. Yuta has Pride, Nanami has Perfect Synchronization for the damage boost, Pride gives Yuta a damage boost, Masamichi, or Yaga, has Let's Curse Each Other, Let's keep cursing each other, or so, with everything we've got, or something like that. Curse each other and put everything on the line. There we go. That also gives everybody a team-wide damage dealt buff, and it's literally just, it's not linked to you doing your ultimate or anything. You can literally do any skill with it. So that's why I just throw that in there. It's just a little bit extra free damage, but all we're doing is literally just trying to kill these rooms as fast as possible, and we just use Mechamaru in the back in case Yuta does not absolutely swipe all the rest of these enemies. Realistically, what probably should happen is I should probably move Mechamaru in front of Yuta so Mechamaru can hit first, lower the enemy's HP, and then Yuta's skill 2 would probably have a higher chance of doing the guaranteed kill, the instant kill. So I'm gonna try that next turn, next room. But you saw we had the bronze box, but you can see this said I was supposed to only get 5 of those and 40 of those on the actual reward stage of the mission, but now I got double of them. Obviously, that's how ×2 works. You get double the stuff. Come on, come on. And guys, these are just kind of like basic rules for domain investigation, but when you beat every level, you're going to keep getting the damage dealt increase until you get to the final level, or until you beat level 4 and go to level 5, and when you're switching in between levels, you're going to choose the buff over here, because the buff over here is not going to be Shoko trying to heal you, it's going to be Masamichi allowing you, giving you a crit rate buff. So let's go ahead and take the damage increase buff to start off. Then we're going to go to the second one here. Now, guys, you're going to notice that the rewards on this one are a little bit better. Instead of 40 domain investigation medals, and also I did not write down anywhere the domain investigation medals I had, but thank goodness my memory is A1. We had 450 domain investigation medals. And if I would have done that first room, I only would have gotten I only would have been at 490 domain investigation medals. But just off of that one room, we're already in the 500s. And honestly, off of this one room, we're going to be in the 600s. You see how crazy double drops is just for that alone. But right here, it says that we get phantom medals. It doesn't give you a specific quantity. The drop is random. So that actually makes me feel a little bit better, because I remember I just said earlier in this video that I think I got like 3 to drop the other time, but if the drops are random, that means the drops could be up to anywhere, you know what I'm saying? This right here, these typically drop in pairs, so you usually get 2 of these if these do drop at all. But with double drops, then you get 6 of them, or I'm sorry, 4 of them. Oh my gosh, that was not math. You get 4 of them instead, and then these, obviously you get 2 or 2 more, because it says you can get 50 or 50 more. That's why it says a plus on it. So you could get more than 50. You could get more than 2 of these, and they could double up. And also, you're gonna get some of these as well in the background too. I wonder if I slide this to the side to show it. No, you have to actually click on reward details. And honestly, these are actually still somewhat kind of scarce. Typically, whenever you have items that are tiered, low, high, medium, high, typically the high tier item stacks relatively well because you're not able to get to a point where you're using it too often. Though the big Jujutsu and Pure Crystals aren't really stacking too well for me right now because I keep using them. The medium ones are typically the ones that you're lacking on the most because they're usually the most efficient and are used in the highest quantity proportional wise, I guess you could say. And then the small ones literally are just thrown in your face every single time, so you're just always gonna have them. But let's go ahead and go into this room right here. I'm actually not even gonna bother to switch Mechamaru on Yuta like I just said because this room only has 1 enemy, so we're gonna be doing single targets anyway. So the single target that Yuta has does not have a chance to do an instant kill. Alright, we're gonna do this. Buff again. We're just gonna use Pride to hit the single target. I'm pretty sure this man is just dead in this 1 turn. With the double buff and then Yuta just, yep, going. Absolutely shredded, dude. Yeah, nah, the 4-star Yuta, I actually bought a character dupe for Yuta because the hidden inventory arc brought a dupe with it. And I know that it's crazy to just spend money on, you know, dupes are expensive, but like, honestly, dude, limited characters are so far and few in between. And so you can see, I actually got 60 doubled instead of the 50 doubled. So I got 120 instead of 100, which is very nice. This said 2+, so we got the base 2, but it doubled up to 4, which is good. And this said 6+, but we got 7 times 2. So pretty solid rewards. And guys, I've literally gotten, I've had before, like shards have dropped in this room, and then I get to room number 4, and then in room 4, the actual full chaotic Jujutsu crystal drops. But you guys can see here, it's the damage dealt buff again. All the buffs are always gonna be the same until you get to that transition from the second to last level, or penultimate to final level. Because the only thing that changes is there's not going to ask you if you want to heal, they're going to ask you if you want to get your crit rate up. But now it's time to switch out Mechamaru. And honestly, this could be a little tedious. You might not even need Mechamaru, honestly. Yuta might actually be able to just handle all this on his own now. The last time I came in here, Yuta was only 3 dupe and level 113. But now he's level 119 with a whole extra dupe. So he actually probably does have the capability to just completely swipe on his own now. I could probably put Gojo in from the start at this point. But I like to play it safe. And honestly, yeah, I'm still going to speed up. I'm still going to speed up the next 3 runs of Domain Investigation. But I will try to just play with Gojo in the start and see how it goes for me. Also, I wonder, since they fixed the AI for auto battle, could I just auto battle Domain Investigation at this point? Because it's such a brain dead game mode. It seemed so fun to me when I was like playing the JP version, but now that I really understand what it is, it's literally just a farm skill match. Like it's just a basic farming game mode that's time limited to how many times you can do it in a day. So this is gonna be 3 enemies. Yeah, the boss and then the other 2. So I kind of like this comp with Gojo, and you can see here, the reward chances are exactly the same. So guys, at the very bare minimum, it should be at least 100 of these, at least 2 of these, at least 4 of these if we get it, at least 4 of these, or at least 12 of these. So let's go ahead and hop in. I do kind of like how this composition is set up though, because in this room, sometimes Yuta does not one-shot everybody who's in the room. So I can use Gojo's debuff on the strongest enemy and give Yuta that chance to just completely wipe out everybody and handle everything. So we're gonna go ahead and buff. You know how we do. I don't even know why I used perfect synchronization. Perfect synchronization is a pretty hard pressed SSR skill page, I will say, or recollection bit. Okay, so Gojo's debuff did not allow Yuta to get that kill 100%. But honestly, if Gojo would have just hit that enemy, Yuta's damage probably would have been enough to finish it off at that point. Honestly, we're just gonna do this. I think the one thing that I like the most about Domain Investigation is everything that you want to carry over. Well, not everything, because if the buffs carried over, that'd be nice. But like like the buffs you do in game, not the buffs you collect every time you win. But like if the buffs that you did in fight actually stuck room to room, like your ultimate gauge did, but it still reset your curse energy and everything, domain investigation would be crazy. I mean, it already is crazy. It's really easy. What do we get? Let's see. Unfortunately, we don't get any of the shards, but I feel like I'm about to do 3 runs literally, so we're probably about to get the shards for the character, for this SSR chaotic Jujutsu crystal. But you can see we once again got more than 50 of these doubled. We got 55 of those doubled. We only got 6 of those. We got 3 of these this time. We got 3 of these this time. So it was all right. It was decent. And like I said, okay, right here, you see you see Yaga is right here now. We can do the increased crit rate because we've been doing damage dealt the entire time. Our damage dealt is already pretty high. So we're just going to throw that 50% crit rate on just to make sure that we're hitting that final move as hard as we possibly can. But there still is a chance to win this crystal right here, guys. So don't sleep. Because also you get cursed objects from here too, which is not a lot of cursed objects that you get from this, but every little bit counts. The grade 11 is so tedious right now, farming. Like, I can feel it. Like, every other grade beforehand, the grind was not as bad. This one's so evil, dude. So evil. And it's only going to get worse from here on, so you might as well just kind of keep... Let's see. I'm going to do this. So I can get that damage dealt increase, and then we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this, and that's a GG. But yeah, man, it's only gonna the farm for the cursed object collection is only gonna get worse from here. So definitely, guys, just lock in and be ready for that. But we are about to win here once Yuta drops his ultimate. But after we do that, we will speed ramp the next 3 runs. I'll try to make them like super fast. Or honestly, I'll probably just speed ramp. The video actually went way longer than I actually expected. It's already 17 minutes just from the 1 run because y'all know DEADMANVINCE is also RambleManVince. So actually, I think I'm not gonna speed ramp the next few runs because that's literally just gonna make this video 20 plus minutes for no reason. I'm literally just gonna show you guys, 1, I do still have 3 runs left over, even though I just did my first run for domain investigation today just because of the way I like to stagger them. But you can see just off of this 1 run, I've gone from 450 domain investigation medals to 960. So I've literally more than doubled my domain investigation medals. That's why I say it's very important to just wait and chill on this. But you can also see I have 3 more full runs right here. So I'm about to fully abuse these 3 more runs because this is literally only out for 1 day. And whenever it says 1 day, that's actually 2 days because tomorrow, I'm pretty sure at reset, instead of saying 1 day, it's going to say hours left, and then it's going to go to the next one. But typically when they bring out the ×2 stuff, it has 2 days of time's worth on it. So realistically, not only are you going to be getting 4 runs on the first day, if you follow my method, not only are you going to be getting 4 runs on the first day that the ×2 drop comes out, but on the next day, you'll be able to get a 5th run of ×2 drop instead of just waiting for it and getting only 4 runs. If you just naturally, or honestly, if you do it the natural way and just always keep your chances at 0, then realistically what's going to happen is you're only going to get two runs worth of double drops. But quite literally, as you guys just saw, double drops just doubled plus my domain investigation medals. And also, the phantom medals are still going to be very low, but they took me from 658 to 614. So let's do some math here. 658 minus, that's not how that works. Yeah, that is. I said 614 for some reason. 664 minus 658. So, wow, that was only 6 medals. That's dog shit. You see that, man? Like, 6 medals is horrible. Only 6 medals is horrible. That's why you gotta be waiting for the double drops. Because imagine if I didn't wait for double drops and I only got 3 medals. I would've been sitting here like, what in the hell, bro? But like, double drops ain't really for the phantom medals. Like, it is because every bit counts, but really more so is for the domain investigation medals, because you need, if you guys don't know, to collect all of the rewards that were set monthly. So not all this stuff up here, because all of this stuff is unlimited, and these right here are unlimited as well, the Jujutsu crystals and everything, all the stuff that's not unlimited. So the Jujutsu chaotic crystal, the SSR resonant shard, you literally just cannot do. But these 5 tickets, which cost 25,000, 2,500, and then these 5 tickets, which cost 1,500. Altogether, going to cost you 7,000 domain investigation medals. So it's very good to stack these domain investigation medals up super fast. Also, this is an SSR guaranteed character ticket, but I'm pretty sure this is only for the first like 9 characters in the game. And what's evil about this is you literally cannot check and see what the rates on the ticket is to confirm whether it is the old characters or the newer characters. Because if it's the newer characters, that'd be insane. We literally have a newer SSR guaranteed character banner right here, right now. So it only stands to reason in my mind that it could match up with this, because this and that ticket literally dropped at the same exact time. But I'll be careful. I'll wait until the full standard banner update comes before I go picking up that standard, that SSR character guarantee gotcha. Because if it were a selector ticket, I would know 100% that it was the old 9 characters, because they're not letting you select a newer character. But since it says SSR character guaranteed, I'm not 100% sure on the semantics of it. But I'm going to go ahead and run through my other runs of domain investigation, and then I'll come back and we'll tally up how many medals, phantom medals, and domain investigation medals we've gathered up all together. Alright guys, we actually still have one more run until I'm completely done with all of my ×2 runs for domain investigation, but I did realize that the video started with me already in the domain investigation, so I do want to show you what I'm talking about, like what do I mean by going in and just kind of leaving it for the next day. So, as you can see, it says ×2 drops right here. That affected my run from yesterday. But what I was trying to say was, if this did not say ×2 drops right now, I would have finished the run of domain investigation I had, and if this would have said 3 out of 3, like how it did at the beginning of the video after I finished the first run, right? And instead of using all 3 charges, I would have just gone into the very hard domain investigation, the hardest one that you can do. And then right after I go into the very hard domain investigation, literally I'm going to just go out of it. And I'm going to wait until 10 a.m. tomorrow, because I know that if ×2 drops were to come, it would be tomorrow during tomorrow at 10 a.m. during daily reset. That way, it would reset with me already in the mission. I get the ×2 drops like I did at the beginning of this video. But that is literally the method for how I get 4 runs on double drops. That's literally so simple. Guys, make sure you abuse that system, because this says only 1 day, but it's going to be 2 days. Because 1 day really means 1 day in like 24 hours, basically. But they just don't put 2 days for some reason. So this will be here for a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and go in and finish this last run right here. And we're going to see how many medals I end up with. Honestly, it's looking like we're averaging like right over 500 medals, or right at 500 medals every single run I do, because I've done 3 runs and I've gone up literally like 1,500 medals, 1,520 medals. So nearly 510 medals every time I go in and do this on double drops. But let me go ahead and finish this run up, and then we'll tally up our total at the end of the video. Alright guys, we just finished the last run of our domain investigation gulag here, and man, doing 4 runs of domain investigation back to back, a bit brain dead. But we are finally ready to total up. Dude, okay, so I was just about to say, guys, out of all of the runs that I did, wow, they only gave me 2. That's grimy as shit. They couldn't even give me 3 at least. Or they gave me 2 initially and then it doubled to 4. But I'm saying they couldn't give me 3 to double to 6. But I've only gotten this to drop 1 time so far. But now this is the 2nd time that this has dropped the entire time. So I've gotten 8 of these crystals out of these 4 runs. So, firstly, we literally got 2,030 more medals on top of those 4 runs that we just did back to back. Then, if you go and look at the exchange shop, you will see that we got how many phantom medals? So we went from 658 to 684. So we got 26 medals, which is kind of dog shit. And out of those 4 runs, we only got 8 of these. And you guys may be thinking just from that, like, oh, damn, that's all you got? The double run doesn't work that much, blah, blah, blah. But, you're wrong. That further proves my point. If I just waited to do the run on double drops, and I only got 26 of these, that means that you guys just need to be capitalizing better. Obviously, you're going to be doing this daily, like I've been doing daily. But you need to take 2-3 days to let your shit build all the way up to 3 and stop letting it sit at 0, so that whenever double drops come, you can just get all the shit that you're missing out on, right? Because I still do it daily. I just do it in a way, I just didn't do it for like 2 days, basically. and it fixed my whole cycle of domain investigation. And literally, now that I've used all of my runs, whenever the daily reset happens tomorrow, I'm going to use the runs. I'm going to use the one run again, get my 5th run of double drops, and then literally, I'm just going to, when double drops leaves, I'm just going to wait 3 more days and let it build back up again until double drops come back, man. It's as simple as that, literally. Because, like, bro, this is crazy. That just gave us hella. And honestly, I want to get this just to see it. I kind of want to use myself as a sacrifice and just look at this to see, like, what the rates on it is and, like, what is the possibility of you getting something on it. Because this one is characters and SSR guaranteed gotcha ticket. This one's characters and, like, bro, it looks like it matches. It really does look like it matches these banners right here. Like, isn't it so crazy that it came out at the exact same time as these banners? So I don't know, but I'm not gonna touch them for now. I'm gonna at least wait until I have 7,000 stacked up and be ready for the next month of rewards that I can buy. But other than that, yeah, that is how you cheese double drops on domain investigation. This is the most ample time to do it, and that's the way to do it. So always wait for double stamina. You already just saw how many benefits you can get from it. But that's gonna be it for your boy DEADMANVINCE. I hope this was informational, entertainable, and inspirational. I don't know what the hell I'm saying, but I hope it was one of those 3 things, if not all 3 of those things for you, and it'll get you the results that you want. But that's gonna be it for your boy DEADMANVINCE. Peace out.